The map is Korhal Floating Island, and this is the 5th set. Spawning up in the top right-hand position, your yellow Terran, yellow Protoss from CJ Entis. His name is Bong.
His opponent got the first kill for Kespa teammate, going for the second one against Bong. His name is Tai, spawning as blue Terran on the left bottom position of the map.
So it's 3-1 right now. CJ with the nice lead. Bong being sent out neither of us were really expecting that, considering that he's not the best PvT player. He's great PvZ, and his force fields in that matchup they're always ace. They're amazing. They're like MC force fields, essentially.
Now, it was a little bit surprising for us to see Bong being sent out on this map, but imagine if Bong gets a win today, he could just go back to the team house and say, I finished the winner's league today for my team, and he's gonna be feeling really confident if he does so. However, if Tai does win, then he's gonna start slowly building up a momentum for himself in today's winner's league format match. So it's really important for Bong to at least drag out the game as long as possible, or win this game and finish the series 4-1. If you can end the series right away, you need to do it instead of dragging it out until the last set and giving your opponent a chance for a possible reverse all kill.
So he needs to go for the tasteless build, is what you're saying.
Yes. Definitely. Korhal Floating Islands, it works out perfectly.
Yeah. It's a big map. There's a lot of bases. The bases are pretty close to each other. You can kind of siege them from other expansions. We have this probe scouting from Bong pretty fast in here. He does spot the barracks and he sees the gas as well. Reaper opening from Tai this time around. He really likes to go for the gas-based play. We do not see a fast command center from Tai nearly as much as some of these other Terrans.
Well, Tai finally found this concept when it comes to Starcraft2, I guess.
Oh, looks like it. And nice engineering bay block from Tai as well. This is going to prevent Bong from getting a fast expansion up. And this probe is scouting around the base. Like I said, I'm expecting something tricky from Bong. And this probe is already pointing towards the trick starting. Proxies against Terran, not too common. Haven't been really seen on this map as well, so we're probably not going to see Tai really scout for anything like that.
Well, it's not a bad idea to go for a proxy play against the Terran player, but the pylon didn't go up.
Guess he was just keeping this probe there for a little bit. Certainly looked that way. The Reaper is now out on the map. We also have this Mothership core in production with a Stalker. We're going to probably see a Nexus go up here pretty soon from Bong. And the Natural is shown being taken. This probe going to just kind of hide back here. How long can he hide? That's the real question. And what does he plan on doing?
It did its job right now by scouting the command center timing, and he can't do anything else with the probe right now unless he builds a pylon exact this moment and starts chrono boosting out the warp gate like 20 times in a row.
So this probe will get picked off here. It does scout
the factory.
Yeah, it sees the factory there. I'm not sure if Bong got to realize that was a factory over another barracks, though. That's the thing.
Do remember in the previous game, Hydra did double check to make sure it was a factory. Bong, he didn't have a time to check, but he was focusing on the probe micro, and his intention was to see what was inside the main base, so he probably has an idea what his opponent is going for.
And this Mothership core moving across the map looks like that will be the scouting mechanism for Bong. Actually moving it back to the main base, it looks like. Just wanted to keep the Reaper from getting too friendly with his natural base. And we have some vision, it looks like, over at the natural if you spawned in the top left-hand position.
The Reaper was actually over there previously.
Ah, okay. Never mind. It looks a little bit weird. I think even the observer was kind of like, what's going on over there?
Well, he did check out the area previously just to make sure there wasn't any proxy gateways or proxy tech or stargates in that position.
Yeah. All right, well, looking at things, it's a pretty normal game, progression-wise, from Bong. He's getting an observer right now, grabbing that forge, 2 extra gateways, while at the same time we have 2 Hellions out on the way, going up to 4 from Tai.
Yeah, a little bit different play from Tai. He's the guy who wants to go for the aggressive style. Like we said, Tai seems like he finally found his style when it comes to StarCraft 2. You know, Flash, he likes to play really passive, get up to third command center and macro up as much as possible. Tai, well, he's got the natural and he can survive in this game until like 20-minute mark. But before he takes the third command center, he wants to pressure his opponent.
He definitely does. There's a lot of advantages to doing pressures like this because it can force your opponent kind of off guard. This pressure, though, will be scattered here. He sees the Marine count, the Hellions. Does Bong have the units to defend against this, though? The Hellions could potentially just go and roast all of the probes at this point and ignore the Nexus Cannon. Nexus Cannon going down now. Hellions are taking out a good amount of probes here, getting up to 7.
Nice kill by Tai, but he does lose 2 Hellions. But look at this, a drop in the main base.
At the same time, there comes the drop. It's going to be scouted by Bong. It looks like he's bringing the Stalkers over there. They need to be in the right position, though. The counter with this deal with this drop. Stalkers moving in now. They're going to force
the
drop to go away. Hellions once again at the natural. Realizing there are no workers there, he backs up, loses 1 Hellion, but overall, 31 probes to 35 SCVs. Tai's been able to make this pressure work quite well.
Yeah, but this is not the end for Tai. He still has some medevac inside the main base. The Hellions, they want to roast more probes right now.
Force field's just a little bit too late there. Hellions going to be able to take out more of these probes, roasting at least 4 to 5 more. The Hellions will almost die. 2 looks like escape. Tai doesn't care about that one, though. He lets it die. Up to 11 workers killed. Excellent play from Tai here.
That was actually a mistake by Bong. It wasn't a late reaction. It was more of he wanted to trap all the Hellions from leaving, but that just allowed Tai to get free shots on the probes.
And at the same time, we have the Hellbats in production already from Tai here. No sign of a third base quite yet. He could be making one potentially at his main or natural. Stalker's keeping that drop from doing too much more damage. Will he try? Looks like, oh, here comes the Hellbat drop at that natural. This could potentially do a lot of damage. Nice fast reaction here, but will it even matter? We're seeing potential splits here. The Hellbat killing off a lot of sentries there. Very cost-efficient way for Bong to deal damage here. Also killing off another Stalker. The medevac deciding to leave the Marines for dead, but comes back in the nick of time. Tai is just getting so far ahead here. Bong may crumble to the pressure.
Yeah, well, the Colossus is finally out, and the medevac is going to get run out from the main base. And, you know, Tai's doing a really nice job keeping all these pressure going for the +1 behind it, and now he could take a third base for no problem. But, yes, the Hellbats are there once again, and he could go for another drop at the natural as soon as the Nexus Cannon finishes.
I think this is the point where Bong needs to be concerned about those Hellbat drops. He needs to get some type of static defense in his mineral lining because his units will not always be in position. He needs something to delay for his units to come in and provide cover fire for the probes here. And this drop moving in here, very low on health. The Hellbat looks like it may just barely survive here. Trying to move down. It looks like it's going to escape, though, in that medevac. Nope, maybe not.
Maybe.
Both players have agreed on a truce. We have a Protoss. Oh, never mind.
They were focusing inside the main base, and the Hellbat's going inside the main base once again, but Bong exactly knows what is up.
This is not the place. No, this is terrible for Bong. He needs to split up his workers. They're losing even more. 41 to 49 at this point, and the medevac, will it get taken out? It's so close. It goes down.
But look at the number of workers killed. 20 probes have been killed so far. Tai's getting a third base. Only good news for Bong right now is that he didn't lose too many Stalkers or Zealots from the drops, and he still has a Colossus for himself. So against like a ground pressure from his opponent Tai, he could still defend against it until the Vikings come.
And we did see a few Vikings on the way here. Upgrade-wise, we're seeing the attack upgrade start for Bong here. Thermal Lance looks like it just completed. We also have the +1 armor, +2 attack on the way from Tai as well here. Really just starting the macro up behind this. Like you said, he wanted to do that damage before he got his third base. He did the damage. Now he's going for the third with an economic lead and edge in the game.
This is such a great position for the Terran player to be in. I mean, only 3 gateways, now getting up to 6 for Bong. He only has Colossus-based army. He does have the Twilight Council, but he can't save up to 200 right now to get the charge. But I just have this feeling that Bong should just risk it for now, just wait, stop on one cycle of Gateway Army, and just go for the charge. Because he knows that his opponent saw the Colossus, now the time is ticking against him because Vikings are coming out pretty soon, and Bong needs something other than Colossus to defend against this army.
He may not even have time. Ty is moving across the map here, going for an attack, kills off that Zealot. The Lookout Zealot getting destroyed there, not even a chance.
Now
nice defense from Ty as well at that third base. He's going to have that fortified.
Now that's only 2 Vikings.
Ooh.
But another Hellbait drop inside the main base.
Bong is just having a trouble time. Uh-oh, no! Losing so many workers there.
Well, that's going to force Bong to go for a complete counterattack, I have to say.
Up to 30 workers have been killed this game. 32, 34. Those Hellbats only on 100 minerals, and they have already done just a ridiculous amount of damage here. Bong not dealing with these drops as efficiently as possible. In fact, almost completely inefficient with his unit composition here. He's trying to move out across the map with a Stalker Colossus-based army, but the problem is there's a lot of Marauders in this mix.
Well, if Bong has a nice macro, he can still win this by any means. I mean, yes, there's a lot of Marauders, but the Colossus are out. The +2 is done for him, or about done at this point. The Blink is going to finish up pretty soon, and he doesn't have that many Vikings, only 6 Vikings against 3 Colossus.
Nice positioning with the factory here. Gonna try to use that as a bit of SimCity. Now Ty on the defensive.
Yeah. But Bong needs perfect micro against this army because this is all he has right now.
This is all he has. He's got to make this work. If he can get great force fields and snipe down the Vikings before they do a lot of damage, Bong could potentially take this. He's doing his best. The problem is the supplies, 113 to 174. Worker count, 38 probes to 60 SCVs.
And that's a Stalker-based army, not a Zealot-based army.
The Viking count, though, getting pretty high here, up to 10 already. That's going to allow our Terran player to deal with this pretty efficiently here, and at the same time, Marauders on the ground are going to shred through those Stalkers.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is... Bong knows that he needs to make something work right now, but he just can't given the army composition that he has.
That's just... I don't think it's going to work at all for him. Bong may try to take out that building there, but even then, that doesn't even matter.
Ty even has the luxury to actually send out half of his army towards
these Colossus out of position. Nice force fields from Bong there. Unfortunately, only sniping a few units off, but the reaction from him was impressive. Ty boosting around the map here. This could be what Bong was looking for, going for the attack. The Colossus count very high. We're going to see a drop behind the Colossus, and one goes down, one left. The Marauders are destroying everything on the ground. That's going to be it for Bong. He's going to be forced the GG out of this game. Nothing left for the Protoss player.
Well, he has 39 probes and 1 mothership core, so let's depend on the mothership cannon. No.
Nope. GG is called. Ty completely outplaying Bong that game. Completely.
Bong, once he saw the pressure and the Stargate follow-up after the expansion, he should have just sat inside his main base, delayed his tech a little bit more to get the Stalkers out at both of their bases, but Bong was thinking to himself, well, I killed the medevac, so there's not going to be any more pressure, and Ty prepared like 3 or 4 more drops after the initial harassment.
All right, guys, the score currently 3-2. CJ still in the lead. Can Ty make the comeback and do the reverse all-kill? Find out after we get back from this commercial break.